Why do we keep making the same mistakes, even when we know it hurts us? These mistakes can include being late, dating the wrong people, or being lazy, and even more. Today, I want to share with you how you can stop making these mistakes and stop hurting yourself. You don't have to believe me, but if you do, you could change your life. All jokes aside, today I just wanted to share with you guys some advice that I learned along the way that have helped me and hopefully can bring you some value. And I'm just going to do a one take, so if I make a mistake along the way, I make a mistake along the way. I just wanted it to be informative. So usually when we get sick, there's two ways to remedy it, right? There's the Western medicine way. Let's say you had a runny nose. You go to the doctor. The doctor will prescribe you some medicine, you take it, and the runny nose will probably stop. The other method is the Eastern medicine, Chinese medicine, herbal medicine. The style of healing is to find the root of the cause. Why are you having this runny nose? And then actually go heal the root of the cause so that you don't need to have the runny nose anymore. And they both work in different circumstances and they both have their pros and cons. So I think in life, a lot of times our society is so fast paced that we usually will go for the quick fixes. And that is why we constantly make the same mistakes over and over, because we don't actually fix the root of the reason. So for instance, being late. Because I used to be constantly late, and the way I would try and fix that problem would be to set my alarm 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes earlier. I would set all these different alarm clocks. Or I would even try to plan ahead and see how I can make it on time. And while it works sometimes, I noticed that I would still constantly be late. And it was really my relationship with time that was the problem. These quick fixes didn't help me in the long term. It wasn't until I decided, okay, instead of trying to be on time, I'm gonna make it so that I'm arriving early, because there's a lot of things I can do if I arrive early. I can shop around, I can scroll through social media, I can listen to audiobooks. It doesn't really waste my time to arrive early. And also, my other aspect of mindset was that I was always so positive thinking. I was so optimistic that, yeah, sure, I would have plenty of time to arrive on time. But as it turned out, it didn't work out that way, and the results show. So instead of just looking at these quick fixes, you have to see why is it that you're constantly late. Maybe it's you had waited for someone a long time before you were hurt, and you just decided, hey, I'm never going to be the person to wait anymore. Or maybe you have the concept of, oh, the showing up late is like the cool person. Whatever it is, if you really want to change that habit, because being late can be hurtful. It's like saying you don't value the other person's time, and it's really being going against your word. So if you would like to change that, find out why and change that, and then you'll notice that you'll just stop being late. I mean, occasionally you will, but you really helps to do that. As for dating the wrong people, I've made this mistake, and I'm sure many of you may have noticed that you tend to get in the same cycle. And if you are in a fantastic relationship, good for you, I'm super happy for you. But for those of us that had the trouble of going through the same types of relationships, you just noticed you attract the same type of people. And there could be so many different reasons. The remedy would be to, the short-term remedy that I call it, quick fix, would be to, okay, I'm not gonna date these type of guys or these type of girls. I'm gonna just do this A, B, C. But then you notice, like, later on in a relationship, the same things tend to happen. They still treat you the same way. And if you do notice that, what is usually the problem is not the other person, as like hurtful as it is to hear. A lot of times it's ourselves. A lot of times we don't value ourselves enough so that other people don't value us. We don't love ourselves enough, so the other person, like, how can they love you that way? We feel that they don't care about us enough, but in reality, we don't care. And that's that emptiness. We are always seeking the other person's approval, or seeking their love, or we always want their attention. And different problems like that within ourselves actually brings about the the actions that the other person takes. If we're in a good mood, the other person's going to be happy. If we're needy, of course the other person's going to want to push you away. If you're the jealous type, of course the other person feels more pressure, and then they're going to end up doing things because they're worried that you're going to be jealous, and then in turn it's just this cycle and ongoing of problem after problem after problem. So really, just like I said before, look for whatever it is the root cause for you, because that's different for everyone. And the same with being lazy. I don't really believe in this concept of a lazy person. If you're feeling lazy, don't worry, don't put that label on yourself. It's just temporary. The way that I view laziness is a mindset. So the quick fix for a lazy person would be what I used to use. I would find a motivational video, maybe like this video. After you watch it, you're very active. You're like, okay, I'm gonna go do something. Or I might watch some Gary Vee, some Tony Robbins, some motivational speaker, some music, gets me pumped up, and then I go for it, right? And then I get active for maybe an hour or a day or a week. And then afterwards, I noticed that I would burn out. I would go back to being lazy. I would not want to pursue it. As much as I said that I really want to do this thing, it was very hard for me to not be lazy. And it took me a long time to realize the reason I was lazy, well, there was multiple reasons. One of them was I really didn't like the thing I was doing. And when you don't enjoy the thing that you're doing, it's a chore. And of course, it becomes hard to do. You do everything you can to procrastinate and not go ahead and do it. And also, another thing that I noticed is I was thinking too short term. So the task at hand, it could be painful, but for the long run, it could bring a lot of pleasure, a lot of fun, and a lot of good things. So if I'm only focused on the immediate task of, let's say it's homework and studying, it's such a pain to do all these things, and I'm always focused on how boring and how tough that process is going to be. Of course, I'm going to feel lazy. But if I'm focused more long term of, okay, once I get all this information, I can apply it to something else, or I can make money with it, or once I get these grades, I can get my dream job, and then that gets me pumped because I know that each step I take is actually bringing me closer to something. There's a reason I'm doing it. It's just not an empty, I should do it because it's good. There's actually something that pulls me to work harder. So really find what it is that you're passionate about and why it is you're working so hard, and why do you want to be motivated, instead of forget what other people say, like you should hustle, you're young, you should do all this. It doesn't matter. It is, what matters is what do you want to do. Because I noticed that whenever it's something that I'm passionate about, something that I want to do, I can be working day and night. For those of you that don't know, I had this other YouTube channel and I made 180 days worth of videos, one video a day, trying something different. And then I was always editing. I would sleep very little. Basically, I was working like 18-hour to 20-hour days. And the only reason that I could continue doing it was because I enjoyed it and I had this big passion towards the next day. Every time I wanted to give up, I remembered why I was started in the first place. And that changed me from being a lazy person to a motivated person. I still don't think I'm a motivated person. I just pick things that I would enjoy or that bring me closer to what I really want. So if you made it all the way here, thank you so much. I hope it brings you some value to really look at your life in a different way. Throw away the negative labels about yourself. If you believe that you're a lazy person, if you believe that you're unmotivated, you're unloved, you're whatever, all the negative stuff, give yourself a chance to put aside those labels. My personal belief is that you are whoever you want to be, and you can sculpt out whoever you are in the future by giving yourself the good labels. if the bad labels can bring so much negative energy to you and make you a certain way, then start by giving yourself the ones that you want. I'm a motivated person. I'm a positive person. I'm a blah blah. I mean, don't hide the truth of dealing with the actual roots of the problem, but change the way you view yourself and actually look at the roots of the problem. Go with the long-term heal. Always think long-term. And constantly surround yourself with positive people and people full of love so they can maybe share some of that love with you while you're still working on giving yourself love. Well, that's it for today's video. Yeah, I hope it helps you out. I rambled on for a long time. I'll see you guys in the next one. If you're new here, basically this is like my daily diary. It's just me sharing whatever is on my mind, something positive. It could be something I did today, and I just wanted a place where I can pretty much vent. So if you made it all the way here, please leave a comment of let's see, just leave the comment of love, because I love you for making it this far. All right, I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care. Bye.